Welcome to the Leetist Podcast. I am Kenny once again. Sitting with me today is the Steve Harvey to my Richard Dawson, Tim.
Hi.
And over here is...
I'm Louis Anderson.
Was he a feud guy?
Yes.
I was going to give you. I was going to give you Ray Combs, the guy who killed himself.
No, let me be Louis, dude.
Oh, isn't Richard Karn?
Richard
Karn did it briefly.
He was the one who was very aggressive when he was like seeing the girls.
That was Richard Dawson.
No,
that was Richard Dawson.
So
Sorry.
Richard Karn was Time Allen's friend in Home Improvement.
Time Allen. Oh, he was Al.
He was briefly, he was briefly the host of
that
the
guy's
Family
always gonna
Feud.
be all.
Man, why is that important?
Well, you guys know way more about Family Feud than I do. But it is a special occasion today as
God, are we going to have to kiss you?
We have not one, but two guests with us. Some people might remember Isaac if they've listened to our show before.
Everyone.
How are things at Warner Interactive?
They are so interactive. Why, just yesterday I was interacting with three separate things.
That's impressive.
Three separate Warners.
I can't even imagine this.
Things are really going crazy over there at Warner.
And
No. In sequence.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Don't be gross.
sitting states away in the same room together with Isaac, I suppose is the truth, is Falyn joining us as well.
Me!
New friend.
My God.
It is a pleasure to have you here, Falyn. How are you doing on this day?
Hey, I'm doing all right. I'm here. I'm speaking into a microphone, and I am a nerd. I might even be elite, but I guess that remains to be seen.
I think you're pretty elite, personally. I think this qualifies.
So what would qualify you as a nerd there, Falyn? What would you say? What's your nerdiest thing you nerd about?
Oh, Lordy.
I play games, and I'm a biologist who gets really excited about weird, obscure scientific names and dead things.
What is the weirdest scientific name that you've ever come across?
Oh, usually people ask my favorite one. I really like liquidander styracifluid, which is the tulip tree.
I love it.
I do.
Actually, no, that's a sweet gum.
Tulip tree.
Sounds like a good band name.
No, actually, no. I messed it up. The tulip tree is Liriodendron tulipifera. Totally different species. But it literally means tulip tree.
You could have just kept with what you first said, and I would have been like, "That's amazing."
You know which one I like?
Somebody would have caught me at it, and I would have been so embarrassed.
I like Strigophilus Gary Larsoni.
Gary Larson.
Yeah, it's a
That's a
chewing
good one.
louse that was named after Gary Larson.
Wow.
I remember hearing about that.
Kidding me?
Yeah,
That's
that
a
man
good
had
one.
some influence. Let me tell you. Also, and this is true. He did a comic about cavemen being killed by like the tail of a Stegosaurus, or maybe it's an Ankylosaurus. I can't remember. And with the spikes all over.
Thagomizer.
Exactly. That thing didn't have a name. It didn't have it had a scientific name, but never had like a colloquial name or whatever. And now in scientific communities, because of a Gary Larson comic, it's now called the Thagomizer. Because the Thagomizer was caused the death of Thag, the caveman.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was insanely influential in the scientific world. It's weird.
See, people think scientists are all dry and boring, but really, we have just really weird senses of humor.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you scientists built a rocket shaped like a dick that went into space.
That's
so
true.
I mean, come on.
That is
I
true.
mean, it was aerodynamic.
I forgot about
That
that.
is true. Dicks are aerodynamic.
They're not when they're attached to a person, though. I gotta admit.
Oh, well, you didn't clarify.
Oh my God!
Detached dicks, way more aerodynamic. Just saying.
We have a full house today because the Family Feud game is finally getting played.
Yeah?
Yay!
You guys online, a lot of you from David Jaffe's community, I think a large majority of it, Kind of Funny's community as well. I threw out this poll to help us get this thing done, and we've got tons and tons of answers to form this game. We're going to take your poll answers and play the Leetist Feud is what it's called. It's not called what I just said, because that would be... it's called the Leetist Feud, of course.
What are you talking about?
The Leetist Feud.
Yeah, right?
I like it. Thank you very much to the community members that submitted answers to those. You guys are awesome and the real heroes.
And we play games about games on The Leetist. And if you can think of your own kind of game to come up with, a game show type game about video games or a trivia type game, TheLeetistPod at gmail.com. At The Leetist on Twitter is where you can send those things to us.
It's true. He's not making it up.
And I believe we start every show with a game.
Yes, we do. We start every show with a game called the News Game. All right, everybody, I've got a news game for you. You know, I collect articles and stuff. I looked at like all the top sites to gather some interesting headlines and stuff, and I read some of them. You know, I'm a man of 2021. I don't read all the articles. Sometimes I just read the headlines. And
The first four sentences or first four words don't grab you in a title.
That's
it's
right.
over.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
over, man.
There's probably some really great stuff out there that I'll never know about. But yeah, every week I like to present my co-hosts and all guests with some trivia from the news in the gaming world. And now I've got we kind of do this the same way. If you ever listen to NPR's Wait, Don't Tell Me, the top of their show, they do kind of the quick fire questions for people to garner points early in the game. And we basically do that the same way. So there'll be 30 seconds, aka 4 questions that I'm going to throw out to each of you individually. However, at most, usually we have one guest and 2 co-hosts here, and it's pretty easy to come up with 12 like reasonable questions. 8 is great when I just have my 2 co-hosts, but having 2 guests and 2 people to create questions for, they start like lurching into the obscure and like really specific news articles and stuff, and I don't like that so much. So I can only come up with 12 decent questions. So unfortunately, Isaac and Falyn are going to have to team up for their trivia. Yeah, for their news trivia round.
Gross.
Yeah, I know. He's not so bad once you get used to him. And so I'm going to start this up. I'm going to roll a die here. I've got a 6-sided die because I have 3 players instead of flipping a coin. So 1 and 2 is going to be Kenny. Ryan is going to be, I don't know, the next one's 3 and 4. and Falyn and Isaac, you'll be 5 and 6. I'm going to roll a die here to see who our starting players are for the news game. That's a 4, so that's Ryan.
Oh my God.
Congratulations. You get to start this off. We're going to have
pressure
a
me on
30-second timer.
All right.
Here we go. Jeff Keighley confirmed December 9th as the date of the annual blank.
Oh my God, I can't even remember. Pass.
All right. Sony just bought blank, developers of the Demon's Soul remake and PS4 remake.
Blue Point.
That's correct. The latest WoW patch 9.1.5 will remove or change a long list of crude blanks.
Pandas.
Emotes. Ooh. Oh boy, look out Twitch. Porn site blank is going to allow their streamers to stream video gameplay.
Pornhub?
Chatterbait.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
By the way, the
site.
first one was the Game Awards.
The Game Awards.
I could not remember that for the life of me.
Oh man. So there's a lot to take in on this on these questions
Yeah,
here.
can we start with what did you just say about Chatterbait?
Chatterbait. All right. So for anybody that's not familiar out there,
I have no idea what this
Chatterbait is a porn cam site. Just
It's
individuals or groups or
constant
whatever
live
can
cams.
Is
can
it
cam
like the,
themselves and.
It's like Twitch for porn. They can
Oh,
get
okay.
tips and
But now Chatterbait is going to allow their users to stream video game content. So
while having
during, after,
Broadening their
before,
user
that's
base.
completely up to them.
Okay.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Huh.
I thought
Well, I
that's
mean,
kinda
why
neat.
not, man? I mean, if it gets people to watch and
Oh, for sure.
you get money.
Yeah.
Oh,
whatever.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure people will watch it. I'm curious what the response of publishing companies will be.
They'll be happy
if
with all the
people
people
are-
picking up the games that they're playing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's
I would not be so sure about that.
Yeah.
I would imagine that there could be
like liability and
a
like lawsuit
backlash.
issues.
Well, I don't know about a loss. Well, yeah, I mean, takedowns or something. I could imagine that happening.
Yeah, we don't really.
We'll
I
see.
guess we don't know if it is like, well, it's just streaming video games, or is it doing sex acts while playing video games? Like,
that's a great question.
yeah.
But I don't
Hey,
know
that
that
would
there's
up
any
the difficulty
restrictions right
level.
away.
Yeah,
I mean, that
Probably
would, up,
both.
that would definitely up the
I
difficulty
mean,
level.
They have video games that rely on sex toys. So really, there's an overlap there.
It's
There are
true.
video games that rely on sex
There's
toys.
well, I mean, look at Steam Library nowadays. I mean, there's a lot of sex-based games and visual novels on
That's
there
true.
now. You know, I mean, look
Yeah.
at Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015.
No, I
mean,
don't.
These things
I
are
don't want to look at Shower with Your Dad Simulator.
Well, you should because it's great.
Because it's a delight.
The whole thing
It
around
takes place in World War II.
yeah,
It's crazy.
the whole thing around Chatterbait is that almost everyone on there, or all the females at least, are using a thing that the fans watching are controlling.
Right.
Like they send a certain amount of tips and
I'm
it
just
vibrates.
surprised because, like,
You'd
I
be
would
surprised what you could do with the Skylanders toy.
I'm going to set this controller on vibrate.
because I would think that this would be like, what is it, fans only? Like, that seems like a fans only.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, look at
Like
Just Chatting. I mean, there are women that are doing, and probably men too, I don't fucking know, doing provocative things that are on a video game streaming platform.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? Is it exposing the nip?
Yes.
Where is this amiibo going to end up?
Where's the amiibo gonna
Tip 10 tokens to find out.
How many players are going to get added to this stream? So that's pretty interesting news. I'll follow up on that. I'll really dig deep into Chatterbait and let you guys know how that develops.
It's like one for the team.
And,
you do that
I
research.
would be genuinely interested to watch a video of someone getting rammed while playing Dark Souls.
All right, it's like the new challenge.
Like, okay, can I beat Dark
it
Souls
goes
while
on to
getting rammed?
speedrunners.com.
Oh, man.
That might actually become a thing.
I mean, why not? I mean, it's the future. So you got
Yes, it is.
you got one.
Oh, yeah,
right
no,
on
that was
one.
that was
we got other articles
that was
that were on that.
absolutely terrible.
I knew that Chatterbait thing was going to dominate the conversation, but we got some other things to talk about real quick from those news. Jeff Keighley confirmed December 9th. That's the day of the annual Game Awards.
Game was in my head. I'm like, Game Pass. I was like, no, that's the Xbox thing. So I just had to blank on that. But yeah, Game Awards, right? Where we award titles to games, and I don't know how they get awarded. And
You do it more appropriately than they did at that German gaming where they just randomly threw out awards for games.
We're going
that
to give an
didn't
award
exist
to a game that has not come out.
I actually do know how they determine the winners because
well-
they send out these
Do tell.
these poll questionnaire poll things to all these different outlets. Like, because Kind of Funny talked about this. They're part of the selected group that gets to be included in this, like them and Easy Allies and probably
IGN
Game Informer,
probably,
IGN.
yeah.
They all like vote on these things, and that's how I'm pretty sure.
And there's a cutoff period, so any game after like a certain date, I think, cannot qualify.
It's, early December-ish or November. There might be a user submitted voting as well. I don't know if they factor that into like the game of the year or if it's just the outlets. I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that. It's something like that though.
We'll bitch it.
Yeah.
Who do you? Okay, well, I guess this is obligatory at this point. I mean, what do you expect at the Game Awards? Let's just go simple with the Game of the Year.
Deathloop.
Really?
I hate it, but yes. I mean, it's a great game. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, people are all about that game. I think it's gonna be Deathloop.
What else we got? Returnal will probably be nominated. It probably will not win.
I don't think so. I don't think Returnal's gonna get up there.
I do, but we'll see.
Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts 2.
The new Metroid game,
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet.
Oh,
and
Ratchet,
Clank.
yeah, there you go.
I don't think that's gonna make it either.
Meow.
Look,
Super Mario
Look,
3D World.
IGN and GameSpot gave Deathloop a 10 out of 10. That's the only perfect score they've given this year.
It seems so lame. It seems like winning by fucking just because there's no other contenders. What are they called?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It Takes Two.
No,
Just one.
no. It's. I mean, either that or it's going to be Far Cry. It's going to be one or the other because they're going to be like
out yet?
It
It's
will
this
be
week.
coming out this week, and they'll be like, "Oh man, the guy from Breaking Bad is the best villain we've ever had in a video game ever."
Yeah.
You want to make a bet that Returnal will be nominated?
No, because you're looking it up right now. So
They haven't announced anything yet.
he's literally he's typing stuff into a laptop. Do you want to make a bet? I'm like,
Typing
I
in
don't know.
best-selling games of 2021,
No.
and it's like third.
No. I was just saying they haven't announced anything yet. I was just trying to refresh myself for what even came out this year. But I was just
so go ahead, give us a like a quick rundown of what came out this year that were AAA or
sure,
like, things
might
that
be
would be nominated.
I'm trying to find a later.
Resident Evil Village,
yeah,
New
Village.
World,
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Rise, Ratchet and Clank, Dying Light 2. No, that's next year. Kena. Age of Empires 4 is set to come out, but that's not really.
Yeah, that's not going to make.
That's what I'm
everybody
saying. This
get
year has
horny
not
about
been that stellar so far. That's why I think for sure Returnal will be in there.
What
There's
else?
a couple of the two other news things that came up was Sony buying Bluepoint,
cool.
which we talked about.
And that was
I'm
probably
expecting to see some
expected.
cool things out of that
Yeah.
company.
Also,
they did
the
the Demon Souls remake and the remake of Shadows of Colossus, and they've just got.
But they've
it
been
looks like they've got
usually
some-
affiliated with Sony, so I mean, this is kind of.
And apparently, they're also working on their own
Yeah.
game too.
That's
so
the story.
that's like a thing.
Original IP for them. So who knows what that's going to be like.
And the last thing is the WoW patch. That is okay. I had to bring up that article on this one because this is pretty. Okay, so I don't know how anybody's feelings are about how deep their anger goes towards Blizzard on some things and how much recompense they think Blizzard needs to make for this, or what categories it needs to flow into. That's not my business. Everybody just enjoy themselves. The thing is that this particular update is drastically changing the emotes in the game, and this is literally just targeting something and saying /blank.
Oh, okay. It's like the
And
in-game
your character does
character
blank
thing.
to
Yeah.
the thing that you're targeting.
Right.
Okay. So one thing that they removed is the /moan emote. So nobody can no longer
What was
can
that
your
supposed to
character moan
accomplish?
suggestively.
Can't be exacerbated, or is this is moaning sexually?
Suggestively. And specifically, it says blank moans suggestively at blank. Okay. All right. So, but they also remove /moon, so you can no longer moon anything.
So people moon
know you could
people in
do
that
that.
game.
Yeah, apparently these all things. I mean, you can.
That would have got me back into World of Warcraft.
So they edited what groans does, and now you groan in pain specifically. You can't moon. You can't shake your rear anymore. Instead of you pounce on top of something, you pounce towards something. Okay.
Weird.
They completely removed the kick emoji. You can't kick anyone anymore.
But what?
I don't know. It's kicking. It's not allowed no more. So don't do it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did you say it was /moan, or was actually /moan suggestively?
It's /moan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they
It sounded like you said /moan suggestively. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, we just got rid of the suggestion.
they got rid of the clap. No, I'm just kidding. That still exists. They'll never get rid of the clap.
I get it. Well played, sir.
Thank you. You can't shake your rear anymore. You can't brush up against things anymore. You can't look at something and begin to drool. You can't cough at something, which I thought was interesting. That one's a little bit more.
Is it more topical?
I'd have to assume so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand that one.
yeah.
Well, like
Interesting.
We've been
Yeah.
dealing
Yeah,
with a
COVID,
pandemic
right?
for a year.
People being like
Coughing is the
COVID
thing.
trolls.
Yeah. I mean, that's really, there were people that I saw a lot of people on Twitter that were really, really complaining really hard about how somebody coughed on them on WoW.
Oh my God, are you serious?
No, not at fucking all.
No, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't
Some of
either.
these things I understand. Some of the things I'm like, okay, I get it. You're overcompensating. And you know what? It's probably for the best for Blizzard to go ahead and overcompensate.
But like, it's there's the turning of the steering wheel to go like, okay, we got to redirect this boat.
Well,
as
you
fast as
say
we
that,
can.
but generally when you're sliding, you should really turn
you
towards
should
what you're
turn
sliding.
you turn into where you're sliding. But they're like, oh yeah, no.
I've got another set of trivia questions that are either going to Isaac and Falyn or Kenny. Kenny, go ahead and call it in the air. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Kenny, you are up.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Do it.
I actually had a busy work week, so I didn't pay attention to a lot of news stuff. So let's see how this goes.
I have a
Well,
chance.
Ryan's got
Yeah, you
one,
do.
so
come
So
on.
you're saying
blow
there's a
it.
chance.
All right.
maybe we will get streaming as a service. Blank has just purchased Night School Studios, creators of Oxenfree and other games.
Xbox? Or
Netflix.
Microsoft? Oh, I have no idea.
We got a birthday 25 years ago today. This week, Nintendo Blank was released.
Didn't we just do this?
No.
64?
Correct.
All right.
I hope you're primed and ready. This Friday we'll see the release of Blank, and it promises to be good. Same as the previous entries in the series.
Far Cry?
No. Metroid Dread.
Oh.
Prime also... Hold on. Pause the timer.
Why?
That was great.
Is Far Cry coming out on Friday? The 8th?
Yeah, I think
Maybe,
so.
yeah.
I think
well,
so.
here, you want me to look this up? It's coming out. Hold on.
But you
Far
said
Cry 6
prime.
release.
You didn't say
I said
primal.
primed
You didn't
and
say,
ready.
You didn't say
I
primal.
said primed and
Far
ready.
Cry is
So-
coming out the 7th.
And for the okay, so
I got it
no,
wrong.
no, no.
Thursday, and
I
so
thi-
you're wrong.
You're wrong.
All right, so timer continue.
I wasn't arguing for it to
Hold
be
on,
right.
okay, timer continue now. New World players have found a fun way to get around the fast travel limitations of the game by blanking,
Hitchhiking?
killing themselves. There you go.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Amazon's
but,
getting
like,
a
do you
Amazon's
not-
getting a refresher course. And,
Do you
and
not-
people
I mean,
trying
like,
to break their games.
There's a lot of games where I'll do that. It's like, well, this is the fastest way back. I'm just
a
gonna
great
die.
question, and I'm sure when it comes to MMOs, like there are long meetings where people discuss and brainstorm ideas of how to get people to stop breaking specific mechanics of their games.
No. Well, they can just go the original EverQuest route, which was you had to go get your corpse when you died, and in order to be able to get your items, you had to get it out of a unsafe area, so you had to type in /drag every 5 seconds
Oh no,
while you're clicking on the corpse.
that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's
Fun.
impressive.
That was
Like,
fun.
that's impressive.
Dude, that was fun. that
there
was fun for us.
But it got that was fun for us back in my day. We had
Back
to
in my
drag.
day.
We had to /drag our
We had to
corpses
slash
8,000
drag.
times.
Oh, yeah.
So this news about Netflix and Night School Studios. I don't know if you guys have played Oxenfree, but it's a pretty
I've
popular
heard
game.
it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's on my indie games list that I want to try eventually. So Netflix has not only done that, they have been publishing other games.
Right.
So
They
you
did
can
the,
see it on
Stranger
Steam now.
Things game.
Yeah, that's right. Stranger Things and Stranger Things 3, I want to say.
They did a Dark Crystals game too,
Yeah.
which was an RTS. It was it was a tactics based.
So
game.
Netflix is definitely trying to get knee deep into the
Yep.
video game, business. And I think streaming as a service is going to be a thing that they do.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm
dude.
super duper looking forward
Heck,
to that.
we talked about this, didn't we?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are rumors of them and PlayStation hooking up.
I really hope this
months ago.
happens. I think that's amazing.
I mean, I feel like it would be pretty convenient.
Do you think
'cause-
that Netflix needs to have like a subsidiary name for like their game department? And if so, what would you call it?
Net Games?
Net games.
Well, I
We're
hate
not
it.
in the marketing
Thanks,
department.
I hate it.
Beanflix. Oh wait, no, that's what they should call Chatterbase platform.
Beanflix.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Then we've got Nintendo 64 that just turned 25 years old, and we're all about 25 years old. So, guys, when you were born, what was your favorite Nintendo 64 game?
When we were born?
Okay, so maybe like 10 to 15
Well, I had
years
to
old.
wait. I had to wait about 11 years until it came out after birth. But
What was your favorite?
Afterbirth.
yeah, AB after birth.
Okay, what was your favorite?
So I have two near and dear to my heart, but if I had to put one, Star Fox 64, hands down.
No.
Hands.
Hands down. Star Fox 64 is the best game I've ever played on the 64.
What are you eyeing me for?
I want to know what your favorite fucking N64 game is.
Yeah, you're
64
gonna
is not
say-
a console I played a whole lot of. Like all my 64 memories are, I've told you this before. 1, GoldenEye. 2, and this is probably what I'm going to say my favorite is the wrestling games, like WrestleMania 2000.
But seriously, they were so
WrestleMania 2000 was
they
pretty
were
dope.
so good.
Yeah. The fucking campaign in that game, the Road to WrestleMania or whatever,
yeah.
was so hard. By the time you get to like the last matches, like every dude that you encounter counters every single thing that
Dude,
you
those
do.
counters got so annoying. And my buddy Chris, who's probably listening, shout out, bro. He countered like a motherfucker. Like every time we played, he knew how to counter just like that, and I could never win.
I could never beat Road to WrestleMania, and I had an N64 Game Genie or whatever.
Game Shark?
Shark?
No, I think that was PlayStation 1.
So whatever it was, you had to do like circuits of like matches, okay? And WrestleMania was specifically designed so that you could not shark your way through cheating in these games, because on matches, as you went through circuits, you would randomly get assigned as the second player. So you'd put in codes to make yourself stronger as the first player. And then before you could even turn off the game, because it wouldn't save your 4-match series in the middle of it, suddenly you were second player and the computer, the CPU, would become the invincible one.
Oh.
So you couldn't cheat your way through finishing
That's interesting.
WrestleMania. It was really clever.
Really
it was
cool.
really neat how they ended up doing that, and also infuriating. So
that was THQ. Wasn't it THQ and AKI?
Yeah,
AKI, yeah.
Because there was Aki Man.
That's right. And there was THQ Man.
THQ.
And the WCW NWO Nitro game.
Right.
Well, and I remember because there was a big the feud was people who liked it was the PlayStation had the WCW.
I don't remember.
What was it?
That
What was
split
it?
up by?
Yeah, and then there was the N64 one with No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000. No Mercy, I think I like more just because the customization on the characters.
Oh man, the
That's where
WrestleMania
it was
2000
at.
had customization, man.
Yeah,
made
but
like
I think the No Mercy had more like options. I think
shocking.
that was
If it had more, I probably got
Kudos to you if
exhausted.
you remember the difference between those games.
Yeah,
I
for
don't.
real. This was literally
I still
21
like
years
playing
ago.
those games.
Or 22 years ago.
Yep.
Isaac, what was Fallon? What was your favorite 64 games?
So I remember playing. I never had it. It was at a friend's house. Friend had it. I remember playing 007 a lot.
Yep.
I think that might have been the only game I played on N64. Really,
Well,
I think they had like Diddy Kong too.
That's a good one
but-
to.
Yeah, it was a great game.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely. If you're going to have a favorite,
If you're gonna play
it's definitely
one,
gonna be up there.
if
Yeah.
you're gonna play one N64,
I never had a
that's
Virtual Boy, but I played a lot of Wario Land. What about you? What about you, Isaac? What was your favorite 64?
Star Wars: Shadows of the Empire.
Oh shit, man! That game was fucking dope.
So
That game
difficult.
was so
That
good.
game was so hard. Mainly because
shit.
of the controls, but man, I love that.
I'm not
game
familiar with that one.
so much.
Oh my god! It had like this weird like.
It was really good.
It had this weird older version of like auto aiming, where if you if you shot in the general direction of
Shot.
something, and the game detected that you were trying to shoot at that thing, your blaster would just slowly start angling up towards the thing you were shooting at.
It's the most primitive version of aim assist
That's
that
right,
has
yeah.
ever existed, and it's amazing.
But
Just
it
get
had-
to the IG-88 fight and call it a
It
day.
had the IG-88 fight, which was super dope because we felt all elite knowing about IG-88 before
Yep.
he existed in any
No,
of
I
the
know that
cinematic
guy.
universe. We had there was space fighting in that game. There was the Hoth battle in that game.
I mean, it introduced, because I've read the book before I had played the game, but man, that Outrider is probably my favorite Star Wars ship.
Oh, yeah?
The Outrider,
Okay,
for sure.
Fair enough. You know what my favorite game was? Blast Corps.
What?
Hell yeah.
Blast Corps was fucking dope. Are you familiar with this game? Any
Nope.
of you guys? All right.
I'm
Ryan's familiar with it. Blast Corps was a super duper cool game where you were destruction engineer. Okay, like you were you drove various types of vehicles to demolish things. Okay, and the intention was I guess the full story of it was that this nuclear device was being moved on auto drive.
That's right, yeah.
through the world,
And you're trying to,
you're trying to clear the pathway for it. And it's very simple, very stupid design, a stupid idea. But at every level that you do, you've got to clear out buildings. But every level offers you a different type of big machinery to do it. So the game starts with you using a bulldozer, for example, which is easy.
Oh.
you just
probably seen the
drive
boss.
into something and it blows up the building, right? Okay, well, the next thing that you get is this weird fucking vehicle that has two arms that shoot out to the left and right. So you have to drive through rows of buildings, and the only way you can blow them up is by shooting the arms out left and right on buildings on either side of you instead of in front of you. Then you do the dump truck. The dump truck you can run into, but it's weaker than if you drift. So you drift the back of your dump truck into buildings, and it would crash them. And as the game keeps on going, you unlock robots that can fly into the air and do a butt slam onto the tops of big buildings and stuff. And so it was just a super cool game. And as the game went on, you would have to get out of your vehicle and move into another one in order to continue clearing this pathway. And of course, there was all these different things you can unlock in the games that kept it like completionists busy. And
I'd probably know it if I saw it because the cover actually looks familiar.
It's a rare game as well.
It is. I think it's on that rare bundle.
Yeah.
That's on Xbox. I think 360. Is that what it's on?
Yeah, I think
it's
so,
worth
yeah.
it. It's worth it for sure.
So I won't.
Wait. Was Ocarina of Time on N64?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is
Absolutely.
correct.
Okay, I changed my answer.
That's either one
that
is
was the
acceptable.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honorable mention to Superman 64. the
Awkward
best
open
game.
world, but great,
Best game ever.
great soundtrack and great directed like dungeony type areas and stuff. Oh, for sure. I still get those tunes stuck.
I've
in my
mentioned
head.
a million times that
25 years.
Ocarina is the Zelda that I played the least, and I'm actually playing it right now.
Are you really?
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. We got more news.
It's so well designed.
Oh, I know. I was just saying it. Yeah.
It's so,
so
well
good, it's
designed,
legit.
but like there are certain it started the meme trope of water temples being the most complicated thing Zelda does,
Yeah.
and it is no joke the most complicated.
Yeah.
Like it's overly complicated.
it
No way.
absolutely is, and a pain
Water
in the
Temple
ass.
was easy.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Elite gamer.
Oh, for sure. All right, guys. We got the last news. Hold on. Before you go into that, we got to talk about another thing real quick. Metroid Dread's coming out. Who's
Oh,
hyped?
yeah.
Is
I'm
anybody hyped?
Oh yeah,
I totally
I'm
forgot.
so hyped. I bought a new Nintendo Switch. For it.
Did you get the OLED one? Is
Comes
it?
out Friday.
Oh,
when
fantastic.
I get my Metroid
Okay.
game. I'm an idiot.
I'm just going to put it on my television.
I know.
Well, you play in handheld a lot, so it makes sense for you.
I know. I'm not knocking him.
It's yeah.
All right. Okay. So yeah, Dread, get hype. All right. Isaac and
talk about
Falyn,
it.
you guys are teaming up. We got the last round of news trivia. 40 minutes
boy.
into the episode. So
That's fine.
here we go. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. Here we go. Nintendo is attempting to squash rumors publicly stating that a blank is absolutely not in development.
Mario sequel.
The 4K Switch Pro. In an interview, Todd Howard said blank will have 150K lines of dialogue and over 300 voice actors.
Skyrim Redux.
Starfield.
Third. Oh,
After last week's showcasting news, looks like we were right. There's a new blank game in development too. Yeah, do a listen to the last episode to get this one.
Zoolander.
Twisted Metal.
Oh, right.
Blank posted a video this week as a thank you to gamers that purchased from their site for helping them raise over $200 million for charities.
Humble Bundle.
That is correct.
I got one. Yay. Or we
Is that a
got one.
three-way
So
tie?
you guys did get by it. No, because Kenny got two.
Oh, I got two.
Kenny, you are the winner
Any wins?
Amazing.
of the news game. The 4K. So
Good job,
Nintendo is like
Okay.
vehemently denying rumors that the 4K Switch Pro is coming out.
Yeah.
I think it was Bloomberg that came out with an article
Yeah.
a couple days prior to them
just
saying
ignore
that.
everything that Nintendo says. 'cause
Yeah, I
they
would say
do
that
this
too.
on purpose.
They're gigantically full of shit, those Nintendos.
And I told you recently that some developers have confirmed they have dev kits
Yep.
for 4K Nintendo Switch
Absolutely.
games.
No, it's coming.
So
It'll
who do
be
you
coming
believe?
next year.
I believe the devs
Frickin'
saying that they have
devs saying
kits
that they have
first.
developer kits.
I don't know. I believe Nintendo.
I believe.
Where's my rim shot?
I believe the children are the future.
Oh, man.
No, I don't know what. Like it's Nintendo's like, yeah, we can make a lot of money off this, but we're not going to do it. It's
Yeah.
like, no, of course they're going to do it.
Todd Howard was interviewed during the Tokyo Game Thingamadager, and
Tokyo Game Show.
gotten into talking about how they're actually going to do it for Japan as well. They're going to do like 300 voice actors and 150.
Oh, that's really-
Yeah, they're doing like the whole
Good on
thing,
them.
the whole shebang for Japan.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of implied that they'll do the same thing for
It
the
has
US.
literally not heightened nor lowered my expectation for Starfield at all.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this game
I
at
have
all.
no feeling to this game.
Same boat.
I liked Fallout 4 a lot. I really didn't. I'd never played Fallout 76, but I just assumed going in that it's not a game I would enjoy. So I've lambasted them publicly for their transgressions of Fallout 76.
How
despite
dare you
never
make a
playing it.
game I've never played, but I think it sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's a pretty justifiable reason to go ahead and say that game sucks is because I'm not even willing to play it.
It is on Game Pass for free. If
I'm
you
still
ever
not
wanted
willing to
try
play it. It's free, and I'm not even willing to
Nah.
play it. So, I mean, what does that say? What does that mean?
If you like Fallout, you might like it. I mean, you like some building sort of stuff games too, right? I mean, that's what it is. It's a survival game like a Valheim.
I think especially now after all the patches, everything they've gone through, they finally added NPCs into the game where you can actually interact. And I don't know, man.
Like a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's they've been doing work on it, and a lot of people actually have been coming back to it and saying like, look, I think they learned a little bit of a lesson there. They shouldn't have had to learn a lesson. That's the problem.
Right.
But it's coming back like No Man's Sky came back, which
Well,
is
in the same vein, I mean, No Man's Sky has been pretty universally lauded at this point, and I still have no interest in playing that game.
Oh, I've tried playing that game. I just do not feel anything. For that
Falyn
game.
and Isaac and Kenny and I were looking for something to like replace the Valheim hole in our heart that we found after
Valhole.
After we got
It
through
was a deep hole. Deep hole.
Yeah, after we got done playing that game and just nothing sufficed, Kenny got pretty into
I like No Man's Sky. That's a fun game.
I think that the thing that really got me is that we started off on a planet where like the air was toxic. So like right off the bat, you're
that's
just
true.
like
You just
instantly
die.
dying. It was such a
start on a-
turn off.
You like start the plane,
Yeah.
you start gagging.
You need to get an attachment
Yes.
that
We'll
like
lose.
fixes that, and it's kind of a pain.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
Can you like just go like
You could just leave and go to another
re-roll?
planet, but
But
we had already invested.
in the same vein, I
Yeah.
don't like sci-fi games that much, so that was like kind of doomed to the start for me. So
Speaking of sci-fi, I have no idea as well what to feel about Starfield until we see the freaking game being played.
Yeah.
like we've seen
Which,
cinematic stuff.
yeah, it's-
That's fine. Show me what the fucking game
bring me
looks
back
like.
some RP. That's what I want. Give me
All
some more free choices.
All I want is to go up to a person and interact with them, and then they just look at me in the weirdest possible fashion by turning in the way no human would turn, and then talk to me. Okay, that's how.
All right.
And that's how all the.
It's oddly
games work.
specific.
Oddly specific for every single one of those freaking games.
Speaking of Game Awards, that's the next big place where we might see things. So I don't know if it's too early already for Starfield, but who knows? It might be about time for Kojima to tell us what he's doing next, and he's Keely's best friend. So
That's true.
That might be a thing.
They did the Death Stranding. Deluxe.
Well, that's been a while now, and that game he did quickly too, considering how fast he put up the Kojima Productions, and after he left Konami, it was only like 4 years to make that game.
I had to shout out one more time to Humble Bundle because I think it's super duper cool to have raised $200 million for charities by supporting their
Is it
site and their games.
$200 million since Humble Bundle has started?
I think
that
so,
the
yeah.
aggregate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool.
So that's really cool. I mean, you go on to Humble Bundle when you buy their bundles. You basically pay what you want in order to get limited amounts of prizes from what they get, and then they always let you round up to like the next tens or whatever, and that excess goes to their charitable causes. So yeah, that's a pretty cool deal.
They get some incredible games on there too for the deals that they have,
and not just games. I mean, all kinds of stuff on Humble Bundle. I mean,
Yeah.
you can get tons of book collections and other programs and things like that. Just all kinds of digital stuff.
Try to go through what we've been playing recently. We'll try to do it a little bit quicker than usual, just so we can get to the Leetist Feud. We're almost at an hour already. But what you been playing, Tim? We got something to talk about with car combat?
Yeah, so I ended up playing three indie games, like I do, over the past week. And one of them, the first one that I jumped into, was called Grip. I talked about this on this last episode. Do you remember, Isaac, you might remember these, Falyn, you might remember these from growing up. Do you remember those cars that had inflatable wheels or whatever that they could flip over and still continue to drive? RC cars that could continue to drive after they've been flipped?
Oh yeah. I remember seeing the commercials for those.
Yeah, so basically there's a game out there that has that. You drive those kinds of cars. You can flip over and you can... they also, make it a little futuristic so that some of the vehicles don't have wheels. So it's just bodies that flip up.
Isn't that called Rocket League?
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. This game specifically has raceways, and it has arena combat, and it has tournaments and everything. And you literally run around these maps, and you pick up power-ups, and you fire them at one another. You use shields. There's nothing groundbreaking about this, with the exception of the fact that you can flip, and you can, no matter how you land, you can keep on going. So there's nothing that really stops you so much. However, the racing in it is incredibly fucking hard. And also, it's like these latest Mario Kart games that have so many power-ups and so many items that you can get that it's not a racing game anymore. It's a good luck not getting shot by 800 people before crossing the finish line kind of game, which is less interesting to me. So I tried the racing one, was not really my cup of tea. The arena was kind of fun, but there was too much going on the screen for my old eyes to get accustomed to. So that didn't really last too long, if I'm being completely honest. Another game that I tried out is called I'm Not a Monster, and I'm going to actually keep on giving this one a little bit more effort. I put about 2 hours into it at this point. It's okay. Do you remember me talking to you? Funny enough, do you remember me talking to you about the game Deadly Tower of Monsters?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah. So it's kind of got this feel like Deadly Tower of Monsters, right? Do you remember Isaac Falyn? Have you heard of this game? Have you heard of this? So this game is Deadly Tower of Monsters specifically was you going through like a cheesy old like 40s, 50s sci-fi movie, not game. And a director is talking to you while you're doing it. And there's all kinds of like cheesy effects in the game that are very fourth wall breaking. And the director's telling you about how like the budget cuts they had to make in order to make things happen. So like one of the enemies will be inflatable that you attack. You know, we had to use an inflatable for this one, like dinosaur, because we couldn't afford the blah, blah, blah. You know, they kind of breaks that fourth wall. This game does that in the same way, but it is isometric and it is action point based. And this is this game, I'm Not a Monster. And also all these cutscenes are like really poorly, like digital pixelated cutscenes. Like you can't make out the expression on anybody's face. It's like that poorly.
Yeah.
It's like retro futurism a little bit. So the game starts that you're doing this action and this combat and this exploration on like this space station. And then after you the game cuts, the scene is over, you go to a bar on a spaceship. So it actually is in the future, and you are an actor doing like a retro style sci-fi action movie while also living on a spaceship in the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like neo retro futurism. If I were to try to describe some sort of genre for it, it's very weird.
I think what style game is it?
It's got action point. It's action point isometric combat.
It's like a tactics game.
Yeah, you got a little XCOM type feel to it. You got a little Shadowrun type feel to it. That sort of thing.
I like action points.
It's comedy based as well, so there's a lot of goofy stuff going on. Like you fight lizards in the episode, and then after the episode, you go and get drunk at a bar, and you end up drinking some juice from some other planet that makes you think other patrons are lizards that you were fighting in the episode earlier. So you're like running up to patrons and like punching them because you think they're lizards.
Sounds like Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, so there's a lot of that. Those games were okay. The grip, I'm good. I'm probably not gonna play anymore. I'm gonna play I'm Not a Monster anymore. But the one that I got into the most and actually did drop about 8 to 10 hours into is called Do Not Feed the Monkeys. Have you heard of this? Okay. These are the guys that did Papers, Please. And Please Don't Push the Button. This game is called Do Not Feed the Monkeys. And the plot of this game is that you were recruited by this cabal, basically, that is like a cabal of voyeurs. And so you are in your apartment on your computer, and the cabal starts to give you access to random cameras around the world. Okay? Mostly around the country. In people's apartments, in like their homes, on their farms, whatever. And you can buy access to more cameras. And you basically start to just watch these cameras and listen to conversations of what's going on in these people's lives. And then the cabal pays you money to answer questions about the residents of the people that you're spying on.
Oh,
so you have to listen to what they're saying during times of the day in order to like learn more about them and kind of put keywords together to start to understand more about who they are, and then start Googling essentially more information about them. And each of these things that you're spying on are really interesting stories. So they give, and every time you do it, it's like it's procedurally generated in the sense that like you get access to new cameras every time you play. You have to manage your health, your hunger, and your sleep in the game. So sometimes you have to make money by working, which takes time. So you miss opportunities to watch things at certain times of the day. And then you have to go between different cameras to kind of see when the action's happening. Little buzzers will come up on the screen that say, oh, camera 1 is active, but also camera 2 is active. So you kind of have to go back and forth between the two of them to see what kind of keywords you can catch and write down in your notebook. And then but you end up learning really interesting things. And when I say interesting things, here's an example. One of the cameras is in this old guy's apartment, and this old guy is constantly talking to a therapist, and he talks with a German accent. And it's very clear that he's talking with a German accent. And the more you learn about them, the more you find out that this old retired guy was basically Hitler in his home country. And he's been hiding out in this old folks' home. So you have to do all this research to find out that he was basically Hitler. And then you have the choice of either exposing him or letting him know that you're loyal. And so the idea in this game is that you don't want to feed the monkeys too much. You don't want to really get involved in their lives. But sometimes the more fun way to play out the game is to get involved in their lives and to interrupt what they're doing in order to kind of make them move on to the next thing. So for example, that Hitler guy, you can tell him that you're a loyal follower and he should go back to whatever country he was ousted from and he should start a new movement.
Oh my God.
And so, when you finish the game, you're you learned that Herr Alterson or whatever went back to Nostrovia and he started a coup and now his party is back in leadership in this country. It's a whole thing. Every room that you look into is some really deep shit. It's fucked up. I'm going to give you one more. I'm going to tell you one more thing about this game. There's one camera that you can get. This woman, she's working at a call center. And throughout the day, it's like an insurance company or whatever. Throughout the day, it's not very interesting to watch what she has to say. But towards the end of the day, she gets a call from her mom. And you learn that she's sober. She's been sober for a while. Okay. And when you learn her name after gathering information about her, you find a news article about how she was in a car accident and she killed somebody because she was drunk. She was drunk driving. And so she's talking to mom. You have the option in this game to start sending her alcohol and and to get her to relapse. It's crazy. It's surprisingly deep, the amount of things you can do in this game these are cartoon pixel graphics, but at the same time, it's so well written and some of this stuff gets so deep and it's so realistic feeling that you're you really start to think about you and yourself and how you treat others and how other people treat other people. And it's a fantastic experience. I definitely recommend
Steam.
It's definitely on Steam.
Yeah.
That's what I've got it on right now. But it's like I said, it's the same guys that did Papers, Please, which is also an incredible game. Please Don't Push the Button, which is a great, simple, minimalist game. And it's totally worth it. It's totally worth picking up this game. It's not too expensive. Check out Do Not Feed the Monkeys.
Nice.
God damn, Tim. Tim, you find these games that are because here's what would happen if I played that game. I would sit down, right? I'd be like, all right, what do I gotta do? Oh, I gotta listen to this person. Okay. And then I'd listen in and then I'd be like, it's a fun conversation. I hope that the game is automatically tracking all my progress so I don't have to write it down myself. Oh, it's not X. That's why awesome. Deathloop, I was so freaked out when I first thought about the concept of it because I'm like, I have to piece this all together to understand how to do this. Oh, no, you just follow missions and then eventually you'll be able to do it all and then you'll beat the game. And I'm like, thank you, Deathloop. I don't want... So I guess this is bleeding into me a little bit. But I was looking at other guys... I don't like thinking when I'm playing games. Games are mindless. They're supposed to be mindless for me. When there is a deep game and people like how Tim was talking about, Don't Feed the Monkeys. I like to live vicariously through that, and I'm like, I am so glad you are enjoying that, and it gives me joy to see that. Yeah, I would never enjoy that game in a million years.
I don't know,
but I enjoy that other people enjoy those style games. For me, I enjoy games where I'm playing as a rabbit with a robot arm that's killing people, which is Fist, which I finally beat.
Nice.
So I completed. So it's called Fist or Forged in Shadow Torch.
How long is that game?
Oh, not long. It's a Metroidvania style game. If you guys know what that kind of Isaac and Falyn, if you know
that
what
could
that
be either a Metroid-like game or a Castlevania-like game, but there is no in between.
Yeah. That's very much true. It is you don't have upgrades at the beginning, and then you get upgrades, and you go through it, and this, that, and the other thing. So I got to a point where I was having the hardest time trying to accomplish the task to be able to get to the final boss. And I need everyone's opinion on this. This is what I ended up doing. I lowered the difficulty.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done. I want to beat this game. I lowered the difficulty it was on normal. I lowered it to easy to get through the game. What do we think about that? How do we feel about people that kind of would be like, all right, I'm ready to just end this game, but I'm just tired of the challenge.
I mean, if there's so many games out there to be played and there's something on your plate that you're ready to be done with, I mean, why not?
Isaac knows how I feel about this. It's like, I'm playing games for entertainment. I want to be having fun. And if I get stuck and I get frustrated and I'm not having fun anymore, there's two options. I'm either going to lower the difficulty so I can continue on with the game and keep having fun. I'm going to quit the game and do something else.
Exactly.
I'd rather be able to finish the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
It reminds me of my frustration over Doom Eternal.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Getting through the penultimate level and then having one more to go and just being done. I did not finish the game. I was literally on the beginning of the last level, and it was just...
It's such a shame, too, because like when you first start playing these games, right, you're like, oh my God, I'm having so much fun. This is a blast. But sometimes games don't know how to spike difficulties well. And they'll like, you'll have a huge spike where it doesn't seem like a spike should be. And it really can kill your experience with the game.
Yeah.
And I'm not asking for the world of like, make this easy as pie.
Well, I think that the other thing is that it feels bad when you have to lower. Well,
right. It's like,
I don't know if it does. To me, it feels bad if I have to lower the difficulty, especially after getting through like almost all of the game.
Right.
And then I get to the end and like I have to lower the difficulty to beat it. It feels like failure. It just doesn't feel good to me.
I know.
I can't speak to somebody else.
But the thing is, it's so weird. Because Isaac, I'm right there with you, man. Because like when I'm like, I hit the start button and the option comes up and it goes, choose difficulty. I had literally had to sigh. I was like,
I'll tell you what.
I lower it to easy,
I've
like
got no
I'm
shame.
admitting defeat. And then I beat the game, and I'm like, I'm glad I beat the game to see the game through, to finish the game. But I'm right there with you. I'm like, I feel like I just gave up. Like, and
You know, I wonder if this is like a holdover for me from being a bookworm. Like, books don't suddenly get difficult.
I would love if a book spiked in difficulty with the word. Like the book is
I just don't have patience.
It's like-
I just want to finish my book. I want to finish my game. I don't care
Put the
about
book on easy
lowering
mode.
the
I'll tell you what, though, if it's the case where it's like a PlayStation game, and if I'm on the end of the game and I'm getting stuck and I have the option to turn it down, if it's going to affect like a trophy, like saying like, if I put it on easy here at the last encounter, it's going to fuck up a trophy for beating the game on hard. I will not do that. I will power through, even if it takes
that
hours.
That is why I'm so glad I'm not one of those trophy hunting achievement types. Like, I mean, I dream of a day where basically there is no difficulty setting when you first start a game. It's like, hey, you know, the game will get harder the better you do. And if you start kind of faltering, it'll get to a point where it gets, you know, a little bit easier, but it still gives you that challenge. Because a game, having a spike sucks. Like, it does not work well when you're like, I'm doing well. Oh my God, how can I do this? This is impossible.
Just play Dark Souls. You don't have to worry about difficulty.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
sucks
In
all
Dark
the
Souls,
time.
it's just like spike, way spike. And then it's, anyways, besides that, I've been playing some Deathloop like we were talking about. I think I'm getting near it. I don't know if I'm near the end, but like I feel like I'm getting near the end
You
of
can
that
kind of
game.
see in that chart when you how many visionary leads you have.
I'm almost near the beginning of that game.
Yeah. So just a bunch of Game Pass games that are all bleeding together, not really doing much for me. And that's been pretty much it. I think next week is Metroid, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
I might actually even jump on that boat. I was thinking about it, actually buying Metroid Dread when it came out to play it. So
Day one purchase for
it.
Tim.
that may
Doesn't
happen.
happen a lot. Isaac and Falyn, what have you guys been playing recently? We do like weekly here, but you guys, we can find out what you've been playing just in general in the last however time period.
I know
Anything
something super
piquing your
sexy they've
interest?
been playing recently.
I don't. We've been playing like, what was it, the two of us? It Takes Two.
Oh,
I don't know.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
wanted
it's
to
fun.
try that.
Partner game. It's pretty good. It's a lot like Isaac and I. We can't remember what it's called, so we call it twine or thread or string or.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know what you're
You know what I'm
talking
talking
about.
about?
Yeah, you're talking about Unraveled.
Unraveled. Yeah, it's like
Is it really called Unraveled? Man, I cannot for the life of me remember that name of the game. But it's kind of like that and Portal, like Portal mixed in together, like the 2-player sort of. You got to have the two people, like one person in the right spot, and then the other person does something so that the person can go to the next level or whatever. It's good. It's really good.
yeah, that game got a lot of good reviews when it came out. Like I just read it was in that list of like possible Game of the Year things, but I have not played it. It looks interesting.
It's one of those interesting things too, because like I don't know how deep it goes into, but kind of the central premise is it's kind of like a mom and dad going through a divorce kind of structure,
Yeah.
and the kid kind of trying to cope with it. And it's one of those games where it's like, oh, well, they're going to have to work together. And I think the general expectation would be like, well, they're going to find each other through this journey and maybe come back together. But I don't think that's going to be
Don't do it.
I don't think they're going to do that in this game.
Tired of crying over these 2-player games.
The gameplay's fun, so that's
Yeah.
all that matters to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're allowed to talk about like VR stuff.
Oh, fuck
but,
yeah, we are.
Demio. We've been playing Demio, man. Love it.
We have championed the Rat King. We beat level 2
is
of
impressive.
Demio. That was exciting. Like to actually finish that off.
Tim was talking about that. It took you guys about 4 hours, huh?
It was a hell of a dungeon.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
We
that
went
was a
through
long
various
run.
states of consciousness while we were playing. So it
We
kind
laughed,
of all,
we cried,
yeah,
we lost all hope.
we sobered up, and then
Yeah. Fallon started playing. He played a game called The Unfinished Swan, and she played another game called
right.
Plague Tale.
Plague Tale.
Oh yeah. And then that was one of those ones where it suddenly got like really hard, and I was like, fuck this game.
Oh, was it?
Oh, Plague
Yeah.
Tale.
I don't remember the game. I don't remember that jump, but I get
Talk
it.
about the Unfinished Swan. How did we finish it?
I don't remember. I mean, it was a neat little story.
What is the game like? What is it about? I've never heard of this game.
I only know the name.
Oh, it's cool. It's not like a battle game or for points or anything like that. You kind of move through this. It's almost like a parent telling their kid a bedtime story. Sort of. It has that feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very visual. You go through, and it's this fantastic world, and there's a narrator, and you're seeing as you progress through this world, you're seeing the narration sort of come to life visually. So
that sounds awesome.
I see this is
actually.
from the developers of What Remains of Edith Finch.
Oh, so are you doing anything other than experiencing a story? Are you like interacting with stuff at all?
yeah, you interact, you kind of explore. It's very exploratory, and there's certain pieces that sort of tie in with the story that you can interact with as you go along, and you figure out how the game mechanics works. But there's no enemies. It's a little bit like a puzzle game, but not a very difficult puzzle game, because I think the point is to progress through the story,
Right.
and it's a short game. But by the end, you just feel like you experienced this neat little sort of whimsical tale that
Yeah.
you got to participate in.
That
It was
sounds
good.
awesome.
Well, if you
Was
like that,
on-
you'll probably like what Remains of Edith Finch, because it's the
right,
same
yeah.
developers, and I imagine it's probably the same type of game. And that one,
That one's pretty weird. It's
yeah.
like a surreal journey through a house, basically.
Yeah, it's really
And,
cool.
Has some weird cutscenes that kind of change into some strange gameplay and stuff. As far as those walking simulators go, that one's even less puzzly, though. It sounds like Unfinished Swan is just a little bit more puzzly.
Yeah, you got to like climb buildings and figure out how to find stuff. And there's a little bit of a trophy mechanic where you have to find these balloons. And when you get to the end of the level, it tells you how many out of how many you got. So there's this incentive to go back and replay.
Right. Do those balloons
but-
lead to like new story elements and stuff, or they literally just go find them type things?
So if you find them all, it's almost like you get sort of superpowers that allow you to play the game with basically special toys in your tool belt to
neat.
sort of mess with the world in interesting ways.
It's like finding the power armor with the jetpack in Fallout 4.
That sounds
It's kind of geared to replay it a few times.
Gotcha. That's cool.
It's short enough that it's no big deal.
Was the art style like a kind of storybook style, what's the art style like in that game?
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's kind of like it's not cartoony, but it's like an animated, like a simplistic animated.
Oh, Tim is showing me some images of it now, so I'm starting to
Unfinished
get an idea.
Swan.
Unfinished Swan, but you finished it.
I did.
That's a contradiction here.
That game's a liar.
That would be perfect. I would love if that game title changes after you beat it to called Finish.
Oh my God, yeah. With the things that Doki Doki Literature Club can do, there's no reason that sort of thing couldn't happen.
Let's just call it, like when you boot it up now, it says Finish Swan.
Genius. Well, I have played a lot of a little amount of a lot of games and a big amount of one game. I played Superliminal on Game Pass, which is
fun.
a really cool puzzle game.
You like Portal? You'll love it.
Yep.
That's cool. That's the one with like the weird perspectives and stuff, and where you can select things and you can make them larger by looking at them from a different perspective.
Yeah, the different angles you look at things actually physically changes them, and it's like a really cool.
Yeah,
puzzle.
you'll look at a house.
That's cool.
That's down a hallway, like a toy house that's down the hallway, and you're like, it's a toy house. And then you pick it up and just move it closer, and because it's getting closer to your peripheral, it gets larger.
Huge, yeah.
And the physical object gets larger.
Like the front door of this toy house, you bring right up to your eye, and then you freeze you let go of it, and now the house
is a house
size because it was that close to your eye.
So
now
there's
you
a
can
lot
enter
of
in the door.
Cool ways to make puzzles with that stuff.
Yeah.
The other Game Pass game I played for the first time is Monster Train,
Yay.
which I like a lot because it's like Slay the Spire, and it's a card game.
Oh my God, I
combat,
love that game so much. Yeah,
turn-based card deck building thing. I have played New World, my friends.
How was it?
Oh, you got
Not
it.
very much because I'll tell you why in a second. But I played 5 hours of it, maybe.
This is Amazon's MMO.
It's
Is it 5 hours because it took 3 hours to get into a server?
It didn't take long at all, actually.
That was the big complaint.
I didn't play on day one.
New World
It seems
is like
awfully strange to me that the owners of AWS had trouble getting enough dedicated servers.
it's just a little weird.
I didn't play on day one, though. I played on like day 5 or 6 or whatever.
Oh, perfect. That's like a great bypass.
Yeah, there
wait
you
till
go.
things are later, and then things are better.
Also, get cheaper.
Exactly.
I mean,
amen.
It's an MMO. It's grindy. The crafting system is really well made. I've heard this game started as a PvP game, and then they decided to add.
I heard that too. Yeah.
So the PvE, from what I've heard, feels kind of tacked on. The enemies are repeated. The dungeons don't have any kind of like mechanics, like complicated mechanics. They're kind of just like
I'm sold.
But
Let's do
but
this.
Yeah, right?
like
Jesus.
I said, the crafting system's really good. The combat's really good for an MMO. It's real time action, like you're actually swinging a sword. It's not like there are cooldowns for abilities you have, but it feels way more like a real third person combat game rather than a WoW.
But ESO is doing that as well, right?
Yeah. It's more like kind of like it feels even more like a third person combat game than ESO even does. I don't know how to explain that really. It's just like the combat's good. That's all I'm going to say. As far as if it's going to last, it doesn't really hook me that much. It's grindy. The thing that has hooked me, which I didn't think was going to happen, is freaking Death Stranding. I paid the $10 to upgrade this to the director's cut, and I think I'm going to see some new stuff.
We moved on
like
to
5 hours.
Boo.
Yeah, I'm going to play it for like 5 hours, maybe. I have already played the entire game again.
Have you?
Yeah,
You get
30
3
Christ,
extra
man.
hours of Norman Reedus taking a shower.
I went for a fucking walk with my dog, and that was way more entertaining than ever
my
playing
God.
Death Stranding.
No, I like Death Stranding even more than I thought. I
Were
did
you
before.
wearing a backpack that had like a billion things on it?
No,
you had
and that's
to
what
make
made it better.
Yeah.
I walked my dog and I didn't fall over once.
You know what, though? Again, just like Tim and his Don't Feed the Monkeys, and I'm glad he enjoys the game, I'm glad that you enjoyed this
Yes.
game.
I enjoy it a
I'm
lot.
glad there's
We're
a
so
place.
proud of you.
Death Stranding is a beautiful game. Anything you're doing in that, every vista in that game is so amazing to look at.
Yeah, fair.
And it's annoying at first, and then you start kind of overcoming the annoyance of getting over terrain. I mean, combat in that game is not the main thing. It's terrain. It's fighting the terrain terrain and overcoming the different ways to get across things. And then eventually you realize that you're not like, I think the girlfriend review said it best, is like, they don't want you to suffer. They want you to alleviate the suffering of others, because you start building a world where you're helping each other get through this shitty terrain, basically. And you're building things. So like I'll climb up this snowy, like high ass mountain, just to place this zip line there, so it connects to this other asshole zip line who he put it in a dumbass place. But if I put this up here, it's going to connect to his and make this whole system of zip lines to go across the whole sky. And we're all building this thing together, and it's like, I fucking love it. I don't know why. It's like even the menial task of connecting a thing into a rock and going down on a rope down a cliff, I'm enjoying doing, because it's just beautiful and peaceful. And then tie that all in with weird ass Kojima story that is so convoluted, but at the same time it's intriguing, which there's a fine line between. So that's the kind of games I like. Dark Souls, Returnal. I could play those games a million times and still not understand the story, but that's what I like about it, because there's always new stuff to figure out. So that's it. That's what I've been playing.
I'm very curious. I want to get an update on New World once you get a little bit more into it, because I want to believe, as I've been watching the X-Files.
I think there's a kernel there of something that could be really good in a couple of years. I don't think it's but maybe I'm speaking too soon, because I haven't played very much.
It's so hard.
I wonder what the break-even point is of MMOs nowadays. You know what I mean? Like
end game. If the end game is not good, it's not worth playing.
Well, I'm saying, like, how much money is Amazon going to be willing to sink into this thing in order to build a game that competes with Final Fantasy 14?
And they've already failed a few games that they've already developed. Yeah. So it's just kind of like, But a lot of people have been hot on this one, so who knows?
Kinda. I mean, the only buddy I know that's played it said the exact same thing you did about how
the PvP is way better.
The PvP,
that's what I've heard
this was built to be a PvP game, and they've just thrown a bunch of PvP.
I wonder if it was like developers coming in, it's like it should be this game, and then they started doing that, and they're like, we should do this too, and then they just started adding stuff.
I want to meet those developers. See, we're gonna put these things in the game, and then we're gonna put that over there.
Nita My Led's got up 30 points.
That's Conan O'Brien impression, right?
That's right. Oh my God, we're done talking about games.
We're done talking about games, and it's time to play a freaking game. That's what we do here, and we're gonna play a game called The Leetist Feud, ladies and gentlemen. I've got 4 players today. We're gonna go split up into 2 teams of 2, and we got some polls here. We polled some audiences out on the internet to answer some questions about video games, and we're gonna have some top answers on the board. We're gonna. What's so funny, guys? You like my song? I'm your host, Kenny. And our teams today are Ryan and Falyn versus... No, I'm sorry. What are
Tim
the teams?
and Falyn.
Tim and Falyn versus Ryan and Isaac. Going head-to-head on The Leetist Feud.
Look, we're gonna fucked up notes. All right, so
Yeah! All right, guys. Are you guys ready to play?
Oh my God. That was amazing. Do you remember? Oh, fuck. All right. Do you remember Krusty's Super Fun House for Super Nintendo?
I
got like super duper. I got
crying.
super duper Krusty vibes on that one. Well done, Kenny.
We're going to make some alterations to the Leetist Feud from the game you might know from TV to make it a little bit quicker, a little bit easier for us to do in a podcast form. And I'll explain as we go along, but I think you'll get it. We're going to start off with instead of going head to head and buzzing in at the beginning like the regular game, we're gonna go back and forth here. So we're going to flip a coin right at the beginning to see who goes first. So Tim playing for Team Tim and Falyn. Go ahead and call it.
Heads. It's heads.
Thanks, Tim.
All right. Ooh. I flipped the coin right onto Tim's laptop, and we get a head.
Hey, all right. So, Falyn, it's you and me. We gotta do good.
Yeah.
Can you play the theme song?
Later. It will return.
Can you just play it in the background while we're doing this?
I'm gonna have to upload that to our YouTube channel and then just let that be on repeat for 10 hours. We're gonna have one of those videos.
I like the parts where he misses the note completely.
That was on purpose. Yeah.
Oh God! Oh, it's so good.
Holy
shit!
Not like the TV show where we go person by person. I'm going to let you guys consult with each other to answer things. So
okay,
that's the way the Leetist Feud is going to go.
Okay.
So I have polled 100 people, Tim and Falyn, and asked them a question. The question I asked them is, what is the best entry in the Final Fantasy series? You guys are going to give me an answer, and we're going to see if it's the number one or not. If it's not number one, your opposing team is going to have a chance to steal it from you.
Oh boy, this is a good question, Fallon. What do you think? What comes into your head?
I don't think it was the first one.
I agree. It's probably not the first one.
I'm sorry. I need to tell you. There's 6 answers on the board.
There's 6 answers on the
Correct.
board. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I think 7 is probably super high up there.
Everybody always says 7.
Yeah.
I mean, I never played it, but I only hear people talk about 7.
Let's start with 7 then. Let's go with Final Fantasy 7.
Survey says number one answer, Final Fantasy 7.
not bad.
What a
That's
surprise.
26 points for you.
26 points. Oh
That's
my
right.
God. So we get to keep on going until we fuck up.
Or
right?
you
That's
can
right.
pass it to us.
We're not gonna.
Oh.
All right. Okay. There's 6 answers up there. I'm trying to
5
think.
more
of the ones-
answers on the board.
There's 5 more answers on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 was super duper popular. 10 was pretty popular when it was big shoots. 14, of course, is hugely popular. That's the MMO. So, what do you think? Which one's next?
I mean, you just have to get stuff that's on the board.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So
That's
I
it.
mean, look, can we
Just throw out numbers.
All right. Let's go with let's go with 14 then. Let's do modern.
Survey says you have a strike, my friend.
Oh my gosh.
14 was not in the top 6 answers for this question
Holy
out of
shit.
the 100 people polled. I'm sorry to tell you. One more strike and it's going to go over to Team 2 with
Well, that's so
Brian
surprising.
and Isaac over
Out
here.
of curiosity, is it Final Fantasy games as a whole, like Crisis Core would count, or or is it just the numerical?
The question was best entry in the
the
Final
survey
Fantasy series.
says.
I did not elaborate more than that. So you're going to tell me what you think people
Georgia Cerberus
answered.
is still in there.
Tactics might go in there.
Oh yeah.
So Final Fantasy VI was super popular, and I have to imagine a lot of the people. I'm trying to think of who he polled, which is probably older people.
I would remember the older games.
Yeah,
OG. Yeah.
6, 8, and 10. I probably would throw out there. I wouldn't say 6 first. What do you think?
Yeah. Sure. That sounds good.
6.
Survey says 6 is number 3 with 11 points.
11 points. Bitchin'. Okay. All right. What do you think, Fallon?
10.
10. 10. I like 10. Let's do 10.
Survey says that is the number 2 answer
All
for
right.
13 points.
Hey, we did it.
3 more answers on the board.
It's life.
Tim, you've got the top 3. The bottom 3 are left. Can you and Fallon pull out what's left without one strike left you got?
Fallon, there's tactics. There's 8. And 15.
I'm going to be very honest and say the only one I have ever played is the first one.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like, weirdly OG.
Again,
In a
the question
handicap
was
kind of way.
best entry in the Final Fantasy series.
Well, clearly
I did
it's
not
Mystic
elaborate.
Quest. Man, people go nuts over tactics. I think we should take a shot at it and say tactics.
Okay.
Tactics.
I'm game. Let's do it.
Survey says tactics
Oh,
is
yeah.
the last answer on the board, which is 2 points.
All right.
2 left on there.
I think one of them is going to upset you.
15? You think 15? I mean, 15 is relatively recent. Nah, I mean, it's just recent. Maybe people don't like it so goddamn much.
Just older ones. Let's stick with older ones.
Older ones.
What's that other?
Well,
we
it's
do 8
quite.
yet?
I guess
Did you say?
yeah. There's 4. Final Fantasy 4 / it was 2 when it came out on Super Nintendo. But Final Fantasy 4 was pretty popular. It wasn't as. I would say 4 and 8 are probably the last 2. That'd be my guess.
Okay.
Going to need an
9 was pretty
answer.
popular.
Team Tim and Fallon.
Let's go with 8. 8.
Yeah, I feel better about 8. Let's do 8.
Yeah.
Survey says show me 8. I'm sorry.
Nobody likes get that.
We're going to have to
squall
pass it
shit
over to
outta
Ryan
here.
and Isaac. You guys
No
can
one likes
consult with
that.
each other. Tell us what you think is left on the board.
Isaac, I think I may know this.
It's either
I think it's going to be
4
7
or
remake.
11.
I think it's going to be 7 remake.
No,
I think
so.
so.
It's going to be the. Okay, well, I think it's going to be the Final Fantasy 11 MMO.
All right, yeah, let's go for that. Final Fantasy 11 MMO.
Survey says I'm sorry,
Oh, shit.
Tim and Fallon. You guys get the points for this round. Let's see what was left on the board that you missed. What was up there? Final Fantasy 9
Okay.
and
All right.
Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
I told you, Isaac. People are dumb.
Okay.
You don't realize.
All right,
But
guys.
you guys get to go now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tally up the points later, but you guys got something around
People love that game.
40, 50 something. We'll figure it out. Okay,
Way to go,
guys,
Falyn.
I'm going to ask you a question. We surveyed 100 people, Ryan and Isaac, and asked them, what class do you tend to choose to play in a fantasy RPG? Top 6 answers are on the board.
What do you think, Isaac? I've Warrior, maybe.
Warrior would be top, I would imagine, or very near.
Warrior.
Show me Warrior. Number 1 answer with 28 points.
Basic. That's basic AF.
I'm going to assume you're playing
Agreed.
player pass.
Play, Isaac?
Remember, if you pass and then
Play.
they get it all wrong, how does it work again?
If
You're the host.
Yeah, right. Okay, no, this is how it works.
I would love, by the way, I would love if Steve Harvey just forgot.
This is how it works. If you pass and they do not get one and it comes back to you, you only have to answer one question
Okay.
to get all the points. That's how it would work.
Jesus Christ. That's fancy.
No, we got this, Isaac, right?
Also, did you save
let's
any of the
find out.
troll answers from these categories? To give us
Oh,
later?
yeah. Actually, there was a troll answer for the first question. Best entry in the Final Fantasy series. Someone answered, pain and suffering for thousands of years.
That's about right. That's about right.
All right, guys, give me an answer. You got Warrior. What's left on the board?
Rogue, man, right? You gotta go Rogue. You gotta get-
Or Mage. Rogue
Yeah.
or Mage, I would think.
I'd say both, actually.
Which one you want to say?
Rogue.
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 Show me Rogue. Number 3 for 16 points. Rogue's up there.
So the problem is, though, I don't know if they're going to be very literal. Like, if it's like, I say mage, but it's like actually wizard, it's like, yeah, but this is the same
I would
thing.
count that as the
Oh,
same
okay. Then mage.
All right, show me Mage. Of course it's there.
Yeah,
Number 2,
yeah, there you go.
Mage. All right, that was 6 total. You got 3. There's 3 left. The 3 bottom ones.
Bard.
Who do you think? Bard?
Spoony Bard.
Let me think.
Bard.
Let me think. So you got Bard, you got Cleric, like a healer.
Priest.
Priest?
Yeah.
I'd say priest, right?
Sure.
Priest.
Show me
Yeah.
Priest.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Good answer.
I'm going to give you a Cleric for Priest. That's fine. Last answer, 2 points.
Point of clarification: a priest is not actually a cleric.
Clarification.
Yeah, clarification.
Close enough.
So we're missing 4 and 5.
That's right.
Yeah,
2 more.
So and so we said rogue, so like an archer or something does not count because like rogue would be archer, would be.
I would say Ranger would be a separate.
No, that's a
Hunter or
rogue.
Ranger would be separate.
That's like most.
No way.
Most games classify rogues.
I'm not going to
as
tell you whether
all
it's there or
rogue.
not, but
Rogues
if
are
I was
melee.
counting answers
Rogues
and
are
saw
melee.
a bunch of people answered Rogue and a bunch of people answered Hunter, I would not count them as the same thing.
Oh.
Those are separate classes in a lot of
Do you want
games.
to say ranger then?
Sure.
I'm not saying it's there. I'm just saying.
Ranger.
I want you to say Ranger.
Stranger ranger.
Ranger. Yep, it's there. Actually,
Hey,
Hunter.
good
11 people answered
good
Hunter.
Answer.
Good answer.
Well, there's still Bard, so something like a support class.
1 answer left.
Yeah, we're thinking support, and I think I'm trying to think of any other class that we haven't really hit. But
There's like a pet, but you don't really play a pet.
no, I think you're right. Let's go for it, dude.
What's your answer?
All right.
Bard.
Show me Bard. Oh, you guys have cleared the whole scoreboard. Ryan and Isaac.
Impressive.
Very impressive indeed. All right,
What were the
fellas.
troll answers?
Nothing left on there. We'll go back to
Good job, Isaac.
Tim and Falyn.
that was pretty
for the next
impressive, yeah.
Question.
Any troll answers on that one?
I don't have one for that. We have
Okay,
more
fair
coming.
enough.
Don't
Wow.
worry. The next question is Tim and Falyn. We asked 100 people. What is the first Mortal Kombat fatality that comes to mind? And there's top 5 answers on the board.
Holy shit.
Like the name of the fatality?
No, it doesn't have to be the exact
Give me the
name.
idea, yeah.
Description's fine.
Well, I think one of the ones that come to my mind is Luke Kane's turned into a dragon, eating off the top half of the body. Sonya's kiss of death.
It's a classic.
pretty big one.
It's a classic.
Top 5 answers.
Did you play Mortal Kombat games, Falyn?
I have seen the movie,
Yeah.
the first one, and that's
Fallon's
I
over here.
never- I don't
Fallon's over here playing Swan games.
I don't like PvP games.
Is that the guy that played Untitled Goose Game to completion?
Oh man, that game is. Oh, Falyn, please play that game. Please play that game. By the way,
I watched Isaac play. It looked good.
oh, it's so much fun.
Sonya's Kiss of Death, I think, is pretty iconic. I think I want to say that one first. What do you think, Falyn?
Sure.
Shirley
Sonya's
Temple,
Kiss of Death.
show us the kiss of death. Is it up there? Oh my God, it's not.
Jesus Christ. That one's iconic.
I swear
Well-
to God, if these people are just putting the newer
Like jag-offs that are throwing shit out there.
100 people. Got to go by what they
I don't
say.
know.
I'm sorry. That's the
Scorpion
results
sets
we
guys
have
on
here.
fire.
We're gonna
rips off his mask.
Take
and
it
sets people
to
on fire.
Ryan and Isaac, see if you can steal this away.
mean-
I want to give
Wait,
them
was
one.
it? What are the two ones that have like the hand that juts out? There's Scorpion, and then there's the other guy, right?
Sub-Zero.
Is it,
Well,
so
Sub-Zero
I feel like,
shoots ice. Yeah.
I feel like one of those.
I think
Like,
memorable.
memorable.
I think I'm gonna give you guys probably one just for fun.
Well, you get to try to steal
It's
it.
our
I know,
turn.
but I like this anyways.
Y'all's turn, so choose something.
Oh, it says our turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
your
I thought
turn
it
to
was two strikes.
I would think it's Scorpion.
That's after we start playing. The intro one is to determine who gets the
No,
round.
no. It's got to be Sub-Zero ripping the backbone out. That's about as classic as it gets.
Oh yeah,
Fuck Kiss
yeah.
of Death is
That's
classic,
a
so I hope
thing.
it does better
No,
for
it's
you.
the most classic.
Oh, you're right. It is more classic than the exact same fucking game
I know,
that the Kiss
I
of
know,
Death came
I know.
from. Fucker.
Go for it.
Can we play the theme song?
You have to earn it, Ryan. And Isaac said, "Go for it." Do you want to stick with that one?
Yeah.
All right. Show me. What was it?
Sub-Zero backbone rip.
Sub-Zero backbone rip. 20 people. Number one answer said Sub-Zero spine rip.
Yep.
Do you want to play or pass, Ryan and Isaac? Remember, there's an advantage for passing sometimes. You can come back to you. You need one to steal it
These
back away.
seem super hard, dude. Do you want to pass?
Heck no, I want to play.
Oh my
play.
God, we're playing
Do
that.
you want to play?
Not really, but let's
do
play.
Scorpion setting dudes on fire.
Yes.
Survey says number two answer, 19 points.
That's great.
3 more on the board.
Great.
What do you think? Reptile spitting his acid and
I was
melting
thinking
the
the
person?
reptile like melting the people.
Oh, there was
Sounds
also the reptile, like he eats the people in segments, like his tongue comes out and.
good. What is the actual answer for the previous two? Is it just Sub-Zero and Scorpion, or is it say,
Sub-Zero spine rip and Scorpion fire breath.
Yeah. So I would say the dissolve dude.
The dissolved. Oh,
Reptile.
reptile
dissolving.
dissolve. All right, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Reptile dissolve, dude.
Show me that reptile fatality on the board.
Good
Survey
answer.
says, I'm sorry.
answer.
Not up there.
Oh, that's a hard one.
That's one strike for you. You got one more left. Keep going. Throw me an answer.
Tim
Isn't
mentioned
there
the
one
Liu
where
Kang
Jax like claps his hands on someone's head and just like makes their head explode?
There might be. I don't know. There's Liu Kang. Liu Kang eating the dude. That's from Tim. Tim gave us that one.
The animality.
No. He's just like he turns into his dragon and then like eats the. Top
It was
half.
the animality before there was animalities. He just did it.
Oh, let's try that. That seems fun.
Show
You're
me
welcome.
that Liu Kang
It-
turning
it
into
may
a
not be
dragon.
right.
Is it up there? No.
Yeah. All
right,
Strike
Falyn,
2.
I got an idea.
You only need one of these correct to steal this whole round,
This
guys.
is a hard one.
Fallon, I got an idea.
All right, what's it?
It's not character
What you got?
specific. It's the uppercut into the spike pit.
Stage fatality.
Stage fatality. Yeah. It goes
Stageality.
out- So can I get a
Stage
clarification of this category? Mm-hmm. Go ahead. What's it called? The
Oh,
category?
what is the first Mortal Kombat fatality that comes to mind?
Maybe the pit. What do you think? Spike pit?
That's
Uppercutting into the spike pit. That was a
honestly,
legit.
that's a good answer. I
that was
didn't think
legit
about that.
fatality. And I
That's
feel
a
like that's
legit
something.
answer.
It sounds like something a little out of the ordinary, so probably more memorable.
I'd back.
And it was in the
Potentially.
arcades. It was on the original
I would
games.
back. If I was on your team, Tim, I would back you.
Let's try it out. Let's go with the.
I'm game.
Okay, uppercut into the spike pit.
Survey, show me the pit. Yes.
Oh, snap.
Oh my God! Stole that round from him. The pit was the number 4 answer with 4 respondents
good one.
answering it. All right, guys, we're gonna kick it back to who started that one? You did, right? So it's back to Ryan and Isaac to start it
Oh
off.
my God. No. Please just like turn it down a bit, but like just keep it running in the background.
I can add that in post.
It's helping me think.
Guys,
Yes.
you're going to give me, I asked 100 people, what is the best game in the Legend of Zelda series?
Ocarina of Time, right?
I would imagine.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time.
You can't keep that on. Just
I'm not.
I know, but I really love
I'm gonna lose my shit if you keep that on.
Ocarina of Time.
All right, edit. Here we go.
Brilliant. Yeah.
What is the best entry in the Legend of Zelda series? Ryan and Isaac, what you got for me?
Ocarina of Time.
Good answer.
Show me Ocarina of Time. It's on there, but
It's not number one.
it's number 3 with 12 respondents. So that means you get a chance to steal if you can get one higher than Ocarina of Time.
I would say one of the two would either. I mean, Falyn, you gotta agree with me. I mean, Breath of the Wild was a pretty fucking popular game, right?
It was pretty awesome. Yep.
And the other one I would probably think is Link to the Past, which I wouldn't have thought that, but then these two guys were like adamant last week when we were talking about it, how being one of the best Legend of Zelda games of all time. So one of those two, I think we could take it home with. What do you think?
Okay. I never played Link to the Past, but
Yeah. I'm in that same boat too. We were talking about it's not important. Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
You want to go with Breath of the Wild?
I mean, it's. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty solid.
Okay.
Good answer. Good answer.
Okay. All right, Breath of the Wild. Let's do Breath of the Wild.
Show me Breath of the Wild. Number one answer.
That's right,
21
motherfuckers.
points.
People don't know good games like
People just
frickin'
don't know.
Zelda
Go shout it on
games.
Twitter, Ryan. All right. Would you like to play or pass?
What do you want to do, Fallon?
How many
6 total, 2
Ooh,
down.
that's a hard one.
Boy, I don't feel super confident about that one.
Don't you know?
Remember, if you
I could
pass it,
probably eliminate a bunch of options, though, and then make it harder for them to get the last one.
I mean, how do people feel about Majora's Mask? It wasn't as good as Ocarina of Time.
Oh, yeah. Ocarina,
before you start talking about answers, I got to know if you're going to play it or
Thanks
you're
for
going
the
to pass.
answer.
Let's play it.
Oh, okay.
Let's play it.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
What you got for me?
Bitchin'. Fallon, what do you think?
We can't talk about it?
We can talk about it
you
now.
can.
Now it's our
Okay.
category.
He had
yeah.
to tell me first that you were for sure keeping.
We were trying to not give up the answers to the other
Or
team.
what about the OG game?
OG,
Like
yeah,
original
that's pretty
NES?
Good. Yeah, let's do that one. I like that one too. OG, NES, Legend of Zelda.
Show me the original NES Legend of Zelda. It's the number 6 answer. Last one on the list for 4 points for you.
Good
Right.
call. I like Link to the Past. I think Link to the Past is still popular. It's still speed run. Like it's still a big deal. So I want to go with Link to the Past.
Show me Link
cool
of the
with
Past. Number 2, of course.
Okay.
16
Nice.
points.
So we got 1, 2, 3, and 6 are done now.
Correctamundo, 2 left.
Is Link to the Past, is that the one on
Super
Wii?
Nintendo.
'Cause I hear the one on Wii was like really, really popular or really good or something. I don't remember what it's called though.
I think Skyward Sword was on Wii, and I don't think that was very good.
Yeah, I guess not a lot of people had Wii, so
Yeah.
maybe never mind.
Well, I think a lot of people had Wii, but I think that game in particular, they tried some things that just didn't work with that game. Like it wasn't as popular as it could have been. Oh, but you know what? Link's Awakening was the one that was on Game Boy and then also got a Switch re-release for being such a popular game.
Ooh, yeah, that one.
All right, Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening survey says not there. Sorry, not in the top 6.
Okay.
One more strike for you.
I mean, Zelda 2 was fairly popular for being pretty innovative. That was the other one on Nintendo. And then the what was the one called that was on DS that was real popular? That was oh no, what was that one called? I can't remember the name of it. Where you became flat and you could like walk on walls because you became 2D in a 3D game. That one was super popular.
I know the answer.
Yeah.
Paper Zelda or something.
That's not a bad guess.
I would love a Paper Zelda game.
All right. The Majora's Mask is kind of popular. Oh, Twilight Princess. That one was pretty popular.
That was a Wii game. That's what she was.
That
trying
was
to
the
think
Wii
of.
game. That was not Skyward Sword. That was the other Wii one that came out.
They were
Colin.
both-
So
they were
you
both
Maybe
on
that's
Wii,
the one
my
I was
friend.
talking about.
Sweet.
want to try it? You want to try Twilight Princess?
Yeah, sure.
Twilight Princess.
Okay.
Show me Twilight Princess. No, not in the top 6. We're going to have to kick it over to see if they can steal it with one more.
How many
answer.
are left?
There's 2 left. It's the number 4 and 5 out of the 6.
So
We've got, let's recap, Breath of the Wild, Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and the last one at the bottom, the original NES Legend of Zelda.
And they haven't said Majora's Mask, right?
Correct.
Yeah, they haven't.
So it's either that Link Between Worlds is the one he was thinking of.
Yeah.
I think Majora's Mask though.
I would go with that as well. I think you're the better reference on this one because I think I played Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild, and that's it.
It's kind of like the thing with Majora's Mask is a little bit indie, but like I mean indie in the sense of like a lot of people who like it or like to go to coffee shops and talk about LPs. So well, Majora's Mask.
Well, good answer.
Here we go to steal the category. Survey is Majora's Mask there.
What button he's gonna press?
Yes!
Oh.
Yes!
Bullshit.
8 points, second to last one. What was the remaining one? The Wind Waker.
Wind Waker. Okay. All right.
And one troll answer we got for what is the best entry in the Legend of Zelda series? Of course, piss gargling. Yes, everyone knows that one.
Legend of Zelda, the piss gargler.
I like it.
All right, guys.
No one for the Panasonic 3DO version.
Oh, God.
Classic.
All right, so we're going to kick it back to Tim and Falyn. We got 2 more to go, 2 more categories to go here in the latest feud. So, Tim and Falyn, we're going to ask you a question. Top 5 answers are on the board.
Okay.
What game
right,
or series?
ready.
What game or series do you think of when you hear open world RPG?
Open world RPG. Oh my goodness.
So does like WoW count as an RPG?
It's a survey. It's what other people think.
It's fairly open world, but would people think open world first or would they think MMO?
But did you say game
I guess
series?
I guess I think of MMO personally, but
So I think of the Fallout series and I think of the Elder Scrolls series, like for show.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
those can't be avoided. Breath of the Wild
be
is
avoided?
pretty god dang open world. I mean, that was
What about Witcher 3?
Witcher 3. Yeah, for sure. I would throw that on. So those are the ones I'm going for. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to start with the Elder Scrolls?
Yeah, that's got to be on there.
Elder Scrolls.
Got to be.
Show me Elder Scrolls. Number 1 answer.
That's right,
There
yeah.
you go. 33 points.
That was worth it.
Open world RPG, of course.
We're gonna
play
play this one.
your
We're
past.
gonna
We're
play
gonna
this
play it.
fucking thing.
All
Go
right,
for it.
friends. Tell me some open world RPGs. 4 more answers on the board.
These are the ones I like. I like Fallout, I like Witcher, and I like Breath of the Wild. But then we got to think of another one. Oh, maybe. GTA.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know if that comes to mind like when I think open world, but it's definitely an open world game, and
We'll put that one lower down on the
popular. So
guess list then.
yeah, like I would make that one of my last guesses, but that's legit. I
right.
think that's a legit guess.
Fallout
for
or
sure.
Witcher? Which one do you like?
What was the other one again?
Breath of the Wild. Fallout, Witcher, or Breath of the Wild?
Fallout. I would go first.
Fallout. Let's go Fallout.
Fallout
series.
survey says yes, of course. Number 2 answer for 15
Fantastic.
points.
You want to do Witcher?
Sure.
Witcher.
Show me the Witcher. Yes, number 3 answer.
My God. Killing it.
Killing it. 3 down, 2 to go.
Breath of the Wild, I mean, is pretty iconically open world RPG.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the highly rated Legend of Zelda games. So
Yeah.
obviously, this group has played that game.
That's true.
And they know it's an open world.
Ooh,
so I
game
mean,
in the
we know
system.
based on the sample
Yeah. Let's
where
go Breath
this
of the
came
Wild then.
from.
For sure. Breath of the Wild.
Are you going to continue your streak with Breath of the Wild? Yes, you are. It's the
Holy
next
shit.
one down with 4 points.
Oh,
You've got
man.
all of them but the last one.
I think we should take a shot with GTA, with Grand Theft Auto. I mean, it's
Is there any like yes, but for just can we take a second? Like, is
Okay,
there any
okay.
other big one that we're not thinking about?
Jeeba Weeba. Is there any other big one that we're not thinking about? Honestly, nothing else is immediately coming to mind. Maybe, Jesus Christ, can't remember the name of it. Horizon series, Horizon Zero Dawn, etc.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah. Was that really open world?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That was totally open world.
I never played it. I watched Isaac play like a little bit of it.
Yeah. The majority of that game is you explore. I mean, you end up in locations that you got to go do things at, but I think it was mostly open world.
Gonna need an answer.
I like GT. I want to try Grand Theft Auto. We get one mistake, and if I'm wrong, then
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Let's
GTA.
go Grand Theft Auto.
Show me Grand Theft Auto. No.
God damn it! Seriously?
One more answer on the board.
Well, we've got. I guess we can think about this for another second. Then we got Horizon, which is pretty popular. What other things are open world? I mean, open. See, that's the thing about.
I know there's like a million of them, but they're not like the first thing that come to mind. Right?
Yeah. They're not the penultimate.
What game or series do you think when you hear the word open or the phrase open world RPG? That's what we asked them.
World RPG.
These are the answers. Wait, there's one more there, the last one.
Isaac, I think I got one for us if they miss it.
I feel like there's another really good one that we just haven't named, but I can't think of it. So we can try Horizon Zero Dawn.
You want to try Horizon Zero Dawn? Okay.
We got to say something.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with Horizon.
Okay.
Survey says no.
Jesus.
So
We're gonna pass it on to
Isaac,
Ryan and
That's all right.
I'm thinking.
We did good though.
I'm thinking
we did
Far
good.
Cry. I'm thinking. Far
I was
Cry.
thinking the same thing actually. Far Cry.
It's got to be Far Cry.
God damn it.
I mean, try it.
Yeah, Far Cry. Let's go.
Far Cry,
yeah.
show me Far Cry on the board to steal this round. No. You guys might
I
be
am
angry at
shocked.
this.
Assassin's Creed.
Shocked,
You're
I
taking
say.
it, Tim and Fallon. Category is yours. 3 people said Final Fantasy.
That's not a.
Yeah.
That seems like a troll. That's a
Get
troll.
mad at the
answer.
respondents.
That's a
Wait,
troll.
we got the points
answer.
though, right?
No, yes, you did. And
Oh, yay.
I'll tell you what the troll answer was. What do you think when you hear open world RPG? Of course, Don't Wake Daddy.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, man.
The internet's a weird and sick and
have
twisty
put that Final Fantasy in there. That's not.
I mean, people think of it when they hear open world
That's
RPG.
not open
It's not
world.
my fault if they're thinking about it.
That's the
Man, if I
survey
find these
says,
100
bro.
people that are
That's the
surveyed,
thing,
I'm going to
right?
kick all
Survey
their
says.
asses.
Yeah.
All right, last
We didn't
category.
get music, and that's the part that bugged
you
me
guys
the
have
most.
been 1 for 1 so far. Now Tim and Fallon have taken 3 categories. You guys have taken 2. So now is your chance to
All right.
tie it up, and we'll go down
we
to points
need
at
to
the
get
end.
the number one answer.
Here we go, Ryan and Isaac. What game do you think of after you see the original PlayStation 1 boot up screen? And we've got 7 answers on the board. We asked 100
shit.
people.
Oof.
Well, Lara Croft. So,
The Tomb Raiders.
Jesus Christ, Tomb Raider. Thank you.
Yeah. Tomb Raider,
Raider.
Metal Gear Solid, maybe.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Alan, I'm glad you and I don't have to do this
FF7
one.
is top.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, but for
The
the top
problem is
one,
we
I
keep
bet
listing out
FF7.
stuff and it's stuff they can grab. So
Uh-huh.
Bastards.
I don't
But
know.
Final Fantasy VII
Because the
would be
thing
my
is,
guess.
we need to get a number 1, or they just will steal it.
But then
Final
if they
Fantasy
don't
VII.
get all of them, you'll you know.
Yeah,
how
but
it
they'll
works.
get all of them.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, let's do Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII survey says yes, it's up there, but
Yep, there you go.
5th one down.
Holy shit.
Really?
That's right.
That's
5
surprising.
respondents answered Final Fantasy VII. To this question, what game do you think of after you see the original PlayStation 1 boot up screen? There's 6 more up there. Tim, can you give me a higher one than Final Fantasy VII? Or Fallon?
Oh, mercy gracious. I guess Metal Gear is a pretty good choice. I mean, this game's pretty fucking popular. Metal Gear Solid.
Let's make it fun and don't choose one we already said.
There's one they haven't said yet, and I think I could throw that out there as a thing that would probably be fairly popular. And that'd be Gran Turismo being the top-selling game of all time on PlayStation, the original PlayStation.
Ooh.
Want to try that one?
Promising.
Let's do that one.
Say it.
Want to do that one? Falyn?
She fell asleep.
Fell asleep a little bit? Falyn,
Oh, you wait. I said yes. I said yes.
Bitchin', Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo, show me Gran Turismo.
Why are you waiting for me?
Not there at all.
Okay.
I'm sorry to tell you. Gonna kick it back to Ryan and Isaac. The category is
Clearly,
yours.
the people that play Gran Turismo are the ones that aren't going to answer survey questions.
What
when
do
some
these
random jack-off
respondents
puts
think?
what's on Reddit.
What do they think when they see the original PS1 boot up screen? You got 6 more on there.
So
Metal Gear Solid.
yeah, let's go.
Sounds good.
Metal Gear Solid.
Show me Metal Gear Solid. Yes, of course. Number 4, Metal Gear Solid.
I think Crash
7
Bandicoot,
points.
right?
Do it.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. Survey says number 1 answer, Crash Bandicoot.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Tomb Raider would be
Yeah,
one.
Tomb Raider.
I would
Let's
guess.
do it. Tomb Raider.
Show me Tomb Raider.
Good answer. Good answer.
It's the last answer, but it's there.
Hey, let's see.
All right.
What do we got left here?
You got number 2, number 3, and number 6.
The one, so like not for me, but like some people may think Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good answer.
All right,
Good answer.
Resident Evil.
Good
Survey
answer.
says number 6 is Resident Evil.
Yeah.
2 more. Number 3.
All right.
No, wait, number 2 and number 3.
We haven't got the second highest one, so it's got to be like a really popular game. It's not Final Fantasy VII. What about Tactics?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Tactics is on the PlayStation. Trying to think.
Just to make them sweat, I think I have a good idea, Falyn.
Oh God, Tim has a good idea.
I think I got an idea too. Maybe.
What about,
I got 20 good ideas.
Liar.
Liar.
We're going to need an answer, Ryan and Isaac.
Give them like 50 years.
Oh,
to
shut up.
get
We
things.
waited a while.
Just pick. All right, so pick something. What's on your mind, man?
Dino. No. Let's go with. I'm thinking Tactics. Let's do Final Fantasy Tactics.
Do you agree, Isaac?
No.
I was waiting.
Oh,
for
it's going to be an agreement of defeat if you
Just do it.
Every
Do it.
time I've been waiting for everyone.
Let's go.
Show me
Bad
Final
answer,
Fantasy
bad answer.
Tactics. Not there. One more strike.
All right.
What's the game we were talking about earlier where you're crashing the cars into one another?
Oh, Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal.
Yeah, that's a good
Twisted
answer.
Metal.
Let's do Twisted Metal.
Survey says, of course, Twisted Metal is there. This is
Oh,
David Jaffe's
yeah.
community was the majority of the people who filled out the survey. Number 2 answer, Twisted Metal.
Oh.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So we're on the We're number 4, number 5.
Number 3 is the only one left.
So it wasn't Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm trying to think of any other PlayStation game that I played. I'm kind of at a lot. I mean, like the only things I can think of are like, did that come out on PlayStation? No. I don't know. Isaac,
Yeah,
you
I
got
don't
any
know.
idea?
I got nothing. I have no idea.
All right. Well,
What Rap of the Rap? No, wait, that's on.
oh,
PS2.
Parappa the Rapper. Let's do that.
Is that on
It's
PS1?
PlayStation 1, yeah.
Parappa
Okay,
the
Parappa the
Rapper.
Rapper.
Survey says strike 2.
Oh.
There's one game.
I thought it was a good answer.
Tim and Fallon.
I love that game.
One game left.
Falyn, I have 2
Right.
ideas. What was yours?
Okay, I was thinking Tony Hawk.
I was thinking Tony Hawk too. Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing that they brought up. They brought up that this is Jaffe's community that answered a lot of stuff, and he was involved in God of War, the original, which was on PlayStation. Wasn't it on PlayStation? Oh, Ryan looked at me funny. Maybe it wasn't on PlayStation.
but
Never
is-
mind. Let's go
Is
with Tony
that
Hawk.
gonna- Okay, sure.
Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Because they probably had like a cool soundtrack at the beginning of it.
No!
Oh, damn.
What is that final answer? Show it to us up there. Spyro the Dragon.
I was gonna say that. And then
Number
I was like,
3.
"Oh, not this
7
group
people
of
said
people."
that.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey, so you looked at me funny. Why'd you look at me funny after saying God of War?
because,
Was that
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I should have done that, but I was like, well, actually, it was also me going, Did it come out on PlayStation 1? Nope.
I have the results for the Leetist Feud, ladies and gentlemen. Tim and Falyn racking up 162 points.
That sounds like a win.
Ryan and Isaac, 180 points.
Bullshit.
Ryan and Isaac, congratulations for winning the first annual Leetist Feud.
Good answer.
I don't know why I said annual. We'll probably do this more than annual, but I'd like to thank everyone who gave us poll results, filled out this survey online from Jaffe's community,
Ryan,
from Kind of Funny's community. Thank you for joining us on the Leetist Feud.
anything you're saying.
Thank you, Isaac and Falyn, for joining us.
You've been saying.
Thanks for having us. It was just a lot of fun.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
it was a good time.
Thank you, Isaac and Falyn. You guys are all right. Appreciate you coming out.
Y'all
Falyn,
are
thanks for the
pretty cool
assist.
too.
Yeah, no probs, bro. In-law.
We'll get them next time.
If you guys can invent a game better than the Leetist Feud, send us it at TheLeetistPod@gmail.com or at TheLeetist on Twitter. Come up with game ideas, trivia questions. Go to our podcast on your favorite platform and leave a review.
Comments.
For the love of God.
Subscribe,
Tennis.
comment, leave a review.
I want to read what you have to say, so say something.
And we'll disagree.
I don't like that bird. He's a liar. I'll leave you with one troll answer for the best, which one was this? Oh, the best game in the Legend of Zelda series. Well, who said sugar gay? I'll beat your fucking ass. And that's where I'll leave you.
What? Oh, yay.
Profound.
Well, good night, everybody.
Good answer.
Hey, thanks, guys.